I am an adult now. Something I wished for a long time when I was younger, and whenever I see a kid and they talk about, "Oh, I wish I could be an adult." I'm like, "No, you don't, hun. No, you don't. You don't understand yet." No, but I try to be a cautionary tale for them. I'm like, "Look it. You could go to college and you could be like me working a minimum wage job." No, I'm kidding. But I'm not kidding. That's actually my life right now. But you know what? Life's about to get better because I'm about to take a month off work, off my part-time job, part-time minimum wage job. You know what? I need to stop complaining. I make one of the highest minimum wage hourly rate in the country. Washington State represents, so I need to just shut the fuck up. Other countries, people don't be making as much as I am. Granted, it's fucking expensive here in the States, but like, you know what? Money is so abundant. You know what's crazy? I made the most amount of money when I was listening to a 15-minute money manifestation video. Like, legitimately. I remember one day listening to that after work. I worked at a tanning salon. I was probably tanning. Well, I used to tan and listen to that shit all the time. This one 15-minute money manifestation video, right? Later on that day, I get a phone call. It's for school. It's about financial aid. I hear I'm getting, a check coming in. I'm like, oh shit, like maybe this does work. And you know what? I'm like, I need to lock the fuck in. I need to get back there. But the thing is, I've realized working a job is not, there's nothing wrong with working a job, right? But I just think for me, I really want to prioritize my mental health, especially being someone with mental illness and going through a really hard year, a couple years back, and just like, I just never want to get to that point again. I never want to get to that point again. And I don't know, I just try to tell myself there's so many ways to make money. Like, bitch, go fucking sell some shit. I don't know, go fucking figure out something, right? The money is there, it exists. It's already out there in the ether. The distribution of that money might not be equal, but you know what? That doesn't mean that shit can't come back to me, right? Because I'm an abundant, green, glowing light. Money is always coming my way. I don't know. I feel like I've like pigeonholed myself. Pigeonholed. That's not the right verbiage or grammar. I just feel like I pigeonholed myself into this job, and it's like I'm just getting so burnt out, and I'm facing the reality of realizing this has nothing to do with what I want to do with my career. And yeah, you know what? A job is a job. There to make money, there to pay the bills. Okay, great. But at what cost? I don't know. And that's on me. That's on my fault. After graduating college, applying to jobs was really hard for me. I didn't think I was worthy of any of them. I didn't think I had the credentials for any of them. I didn't think I had the qualifications for any of them. So what I do, I didn't apply to any of them. And that's my unfortunate experience. And you know what? There was way more I could have done in college. I could have done internships. I could have been building a network. But you know what? Midway through, I had to take a gap year because of my mental health, because of manic episodes, because of psychosis, because of medication trial and error, and even being put on a medication after I got out of the hospital after like within 8 times within a year. Like, yeah, I was hospitalized 8 times within a year. And after I got out, the medication they put me on, it made me a complete zombie. I didn't give a shit. I failed a couple classes even after that once I went back to school finally because I just did not give a shit. You know what I did? I stayed in my micro studio apartment and I rewatched the same YouTube videos every single day. And I didn't even like them. That's what I did to pass the time because I just did not give a shit. I don't even think I hung out with anyone. And if I did hang out with anyone, it was to use them to get like things that I didn't need, but I couldn't get because I wasn't old enough. If you catch my drift, if you catch what I'm putting down. And all those actions led me to here. And it's just like, it's not what I want to be doing. And it's like, stupid as it sounds, like I really just want to yap for a living. So that's why I'm telling myself, I'm like, you can yap for a living. Just start. And yes, you know what? The money might not be here right away, but that's fine because it's all a matter of building that foundation. And I want to be able to do it my way. You know, I look at other people's and I get so envious at times. I'm like, damn, I wish I could be like that. I wish I could edit my videos like that. And you know what? It's a skills issue. It's a lack of skill. But honestly, I feel like it's low-key not even a lack of skill. It's a lack of effort. It's a lack of time and effort that I will put into that. But the thing is, it's like, I just want my shit to be done my way. And if my way isn't the way that necessarily gets people there, you know what? That's fine. My time will come. I don't know. That's what I try to tell myself. And I just try to tell myself, you know what? I need to not be taking notes off of other people's videos when I'm not other people. I am my own self. And I think that there is a unique originality that I bring to my videos. I try to be authentic. I try to be real. I do very minimal editing, but part of that is intentional because I want to be straight off the cuff. I want to gain those skills that it takes to be able to talk and hold a conversation with myself in front of a camera without anyone being there. That way, when I do finally get the budget and the money to expand on this, yeah, it will be a lot better, higher production quality, right? But there's skills that I'm learning and gaining through doing things like this. And I don't know, but sometimes I can't help but feel like this is where I am in life, like, and it's nobody's fault except myself, you know, but and that's why you should never let a man ruin you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I've never even been in a relationship, you know. I think also lately I've just been really distancing myself from a lot of people and really valuing where I put my energy, you know, and being more intentional and methodical about that. And a lot of that has to do with me just surrounding myself with my thoughts and, you know, trying to find out more about my identity is, you know, like yeah, if someone was to steal my identity, not talking social security number, not talking credit card info, none of that, but like if they were to steal my personality, my charisma, everything that makes me me, my likes, my interests, like what would that be? Like what list would I have to write down to show to the police to prove that, oh, they stole all these things from me? Does that, I don't know if that makes sense, but like, you know, and I feel like a lot of that has to come with being alone with yourself, you know, and you know, when you are alone with yourself, I feel like it's important to lean on whatever spiritual religious practices that have crafted the version of yourself that you are now, or that you want to use to craft the version of yourself you want to be. And I think like sometimes I'm like, you know what, I just need to lean more on that. But it is a lonely road. It's like I can't help but think about so many people from my past. I wish I had this person. I wish I still talked to this person. Unfortunately, a lot of those bridges I burned, a lot of those friendships I ruined. I mean, it takes two to tango, but I'm not exempt of any fault. I did my part. I did my big one. and the result of it is just where I am now. But at the same time, I've learned that sometimes it is important to protect your peace, even if the cost is being alone, you know? I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I cannot afford to surround myself with people who are just going to make me regress backwards, or who are just going to crab bucket mentality me and drag me down to where they are in life. And I feel like oftentimes I attract like broken souls that like are kind of living a similar life to me, which I I fear I need to, you know, surround myself more with people who live the life I want to. But it's hard when you do that, because sometimes it's like you can't help but be so envious of people and be like, why aren't I where they are? But you know, I've been dealt a certain set of cards, a certain set of experiences that have shaped me into the way I am. And that's not to say that there were not many lessons I learned, because there was plenty, and I think I just need to apply that, you know. And I feel like I have so much knowledge of all this shit I could do, especially when it comes to like making money or whatever. And it's just, sorry, that's my dog. It's just a matter of me doing, you know. And she's coming up to me, but oh, now she's getting antsy. Girl, where did your thing go? Anyways, I gave them all something to chew on while I'm doing this little video. Here you go. Give her back her chew. But it's just hard, you know? It's hard, bro. But I just need to be grateful where I am, but also at the same time take a look at where I am. Realize this isn't what I want for the rest of my life. This isn't where I thought I would have been if you would have asked 18-year-old me. I oftentimes think about that version of myself, who I was when I was 18, 19, and working really hard. And I just think about, you know, how I would have let her down if she would to take a glimpse of my life. And, you know, there are things that hold me back, especially my phone addiction. Like, I try to wake up, I try to tell myself, like, okay, you know what? Tomorrow's the start of a new week. It's going to be Monday. Let's not go down the phone. And then first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I can't help but be glued to my phone. But I think part of that is because I always think that I'm going to wake up late and that I'm going to have a coworker call me. And you know what? I never do. I don't know why but I'm going to get going.